Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest. We're broadcasting live from Harry and David Field in beautiful Medford, Oregon. My name is Jonathan Kerman. Thank you all so much for joining us. This afternoon, we have a matchup between Washington Southwest and Washington Metro South. On the mound for Washington Metro South, warming up right now, see number 13, Ryan Clayson. Going around the diamond behind Clayson, catching him is Michael Snyder. At third base, Aiden Herrick. At shortstop, Nick Miller. At second base, Tyler Cowan. And at first is Mac McCain. In the outfield and left, Jaden Matthews. In center, Nick Alder. And in right is Tyson Lindwood. Apologies for the delay. Looks like Washington Southwest starting the game off at the bottom third of their order. You had Mac McLean lead off with a walk. Michael Slider just flew out, and now up at the dish is Tanner Vaughn, who looks at a 1-0 pitch high for ball 2. On the mound, Klassen comes set. Pickoff throw to first, a close one, but back safely is McCain. Tanner Vaughn at the dish, committed to University of Oregon in the fall. Here's the 2-0 from Klassen. No, instead a throw back to first base. And back standing is McCain. Runner takes off from first. The pitch, a called strike. No throw from the catcher, Will Cresswell. So again, to clarify and go around the diamond behind the starting pitcher, Brian Klassen. At first base, Jacob Yang. At second, Evan Williamson. At shortstop, Ryan Clay. And at third base is Ryan Contreras. 3-2 pitch, fouled off the first base side. Tracking it and making the sliding grab is Jacob Yang for the second out of the inning. In the outfield for Metro South. In left, Kamana Nahaku. In center, Kyle Hennington. And in right is A.J. Guerrero. So with 2 out and a runner on second base, Tyson Lindmood at the dish, and he takes low for ball 1. Klassen comes set, looks back at second, now kicks and comes home. Ground ball through the right side of the infield. They're going to wave the runner home. A throw in from right field. Not going to be in time. That's an RBI single for Tyson Lindmood. And the score is 1-0. Nick Alder at the dish now. Looks at a first pitch that misses. 1-0 the count. And there's a strike on the upper inside corner. The 1-1. Fouled straight back. An RBI single by Tyson Lindmood. Got the scoring starting for us here this afternoon. Klassen comes set, comes home. Curveball misses low. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on first. for Nick Alder, 5'10", 165 pounds, out of Columbia River. The pitch home. Outside, and that runs the count full. Runner goes, pitch lifted in the air to right field. There to make the easy grab is Guerrero, and that will retire the side. To the bottom of the first we go, 1-0 Washington Southwest. You're watching the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest on TableRockSports.net. Welcome back to Harry and David Field, the home of the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest. On the mound for Washington Southwest, there's a crack to the left side of the infield, a high throw, and a collision at first base. Runner's going to be safe. Apologies there, and still working out some of the technical difficulties. We'll see if the official scorer rules that a hit. No, before that craziness, on the first pitch of the inning, Austin Sheldon is the man on the mound for Washington Southwest. 6 foot tall, 160-pound right-hander from Tumwater, Washington. And the official score is going to rule that an error. And there's a strike to even the count up, 3-2. Evan Williamson's the man on first base. Ryan Clay is at the dish for Washington Metro South. 3-2, runner takes off, swing and a miss. The throw to second base is not in time, so a strikeout and a stolen base puts a runner on second and one out here in the bottom of the first. And that will bring up the batter, Will Criswell. Ground ball to the third base side. A strong throw across the diamond, but not in time. And the runner will take third on that play as well. So an infield single for Will Criswell has put runners on the corners. For Washington Metro South. Kyle Hennington is at the plate for Metro South. 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the first inning, 1-0 Washington Southwest. Full count now to Hennington. Evan Williamson at third, Will Criswell at first. Breaking ball called, strike 3. And with 2 down, that'll bring up Drake Anderson. Pop fly, right field. Tracking it is Lindwood. He makes the grab, and that will retire the side. Washington Metro South strands a couple of runners. We head to the top of the second inning, 1-0 Washington Southwest. You're watching the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest on TableRockSports.net. Welcome back to Harry and David Field, the home of the 22nd Annual Baseball Northwest Championships. First pitch swinging. Fouled off by Tyler Cohen of Washington Southwest. They have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second. A drop third strike throw out at first base is our first out here in the second inning. That'll bring up Bryce Cleve. Swing over the top by Bryce Cleve. Back-to-back drop third strikeouts. And that will bring up Aiden Herrick. Herrick standing in at 6'1", 185 pounds from Olympia, Washington. 2 out and nobody on. That gapper's going to get down, and it's extra bases. A stand-up double for Aiden Herrick. Yeah, passed ball is going to allow Herrick to take third with Jaden Matthews at the dish. Some excited fans here at Harry and David Field for this 2-0 pitch. And that'll land in the grassy berm out of play for a foul ball. Again, the defensive alignment for Metro South. Will Cresswell behind the dish, Jacob Yang at first, Evan Williamson at second, Ryan Clay at shortstop, Ryan Contreras at third. There's a ground ball by Contreras on the third base side. No, they're going to say it was a foul ball. Now everyone will return back to their respective positions. So Contreras at third, Kamana Nahaku is in left, Kyle Hennington in center, and A.J. Guerrero is in right. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on third. Fly ball caught by Kyle Hennington, and that will retire the side. Washington Southwest leaves a runner stranded at third. To the home half of the second we go, 1-0 Washington Southwest. You're watching the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest on Table Rock Sports. Austin Sheldon back on the mound for Washington Southwest as they have a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second inning versus Washington Metro South. And Jacob Yang at the dish for Washington Metro South, looking at back-to-back strikes. Ground ball, third base side. Across the diamond, excellent pick by the first baseman, Mac McCain, for the first out. The defense behind Austin Sheldon on the mound for Washington Southwest. You just saw Mac McCain make that pick at first base. Tyler Cowan at second, Nick Miller at short, Aiden Herrick at third. Michael Snyder is behind the dish. In left, Jaden Matthews. In center, Nick Alder. And in right is Tyson Lindwood. Feeling in the mood to correct myself. That was actually Tyson Lindemood in right. Alec Highland at the dish. And a punch out for Austin Sheldon will bring up A.J. Guerrero. And a 1-2-3 inning for Austin Sheldon. We head to the third. 1-0 Washington Southwest. You're watching the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest on TableRockSports.net. Welcome back. A leadoff double for Nick Miller of Washington Southwest to get this top of the third inning started, with Southwest leading 1-0. You're watching the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest. And now Riley McCarthy with an RBI opportunity. Fouls the first pitch back for strike one.
Check this real quick. We're still up. Kinda.
That's the preferred shot if we can keep that one going.
Okay. No, it's fine.
1-2 pitch in the dirt. Evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Riley McCarthy. Nick Miller, an RBI double, or excuse me, a leadoff double, I should say, is standing on second. Ryan Klassen on the mound. Looks back at second, now comes home. That ball is going to drop in fair territory down the right field line. Back-to-back extra base hits for Washington Southwest. Now have runners on second and third with nobody out. And Mac McCain, who got this game started, now up to swing the bat. That ball's driven deep and played nicely by Kyle Hennington. RBI sac fly for Mac McCain. And the score is now 2-0. Michael Snyder now up at the dish with a runner at third. Excellent recovery by the first baseman, Jacob Yang, to get the base runner out at first. The run does come home. Score now 3-0 Washington Southwest. Tanner Vaughn now at the dish, takes a pitch inside for ball one. Fly ball caught by Kyle Hennington, and that will retire the side, but not before two more come home for Washington Southwest. They lead 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. You're watching the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest. Justin Stransky, ground ball to the left side, and he will be retired. for the first out of the inning. That will bring up Kamina Nahaku, who started the game in left and has now taken over in center field. And a first pitch, line drive out. Puts 2 down and nobody on for Ryan Contreras, who started the game at third base. Now a extra hitter. Ryan Contreras earns himself a walk, and that will turn the lineup over and bring up Evan Williamson. Williamson started the day at second base for Metro South, now an extra hitter. Williamson takes a pitch low in the dirt, and the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 out, 1 on. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to retire the side. Runner left stranded on first. To the top of the 4th we go. 3-0 Washington Southwest. You're watching the 2020 Northwest Championships, powered by Baseball Northwest. Top of the fourth inning, some defensive switches for Washington Metro South. In left field now is A.J. Guerrero. In center, Kamana Nahaku. In right, Kyle Hennington. And the first pitch is ripped to A.J. Guerrero. It gets by him and is going to roll all the way to the warning track. It's a lead-off double, trying to stretch it into a triple, and does successfully. Tyler Lindawood. So for Metro South, Guerrero in left, Kamana Nahaku in center, Kyle Hennington in right. Jacob Yang moves from first to third. Drake Anderson now playing shortstop, Ryan Clay playing second, and Alec Highland playing first. Nick Alder will step into the box with a runner at third and nobody on. I should say nobody out. First pitch misses low for ball one. Now the ball is dropped by the catcher. The play was attempted. Oh, and now they're going to call him out. The runner never touched home. Very strange play at home plate. Tyson Lindawood was called safe by the home plate umpire as the ball was dropped by the catcher, Will Cresswell, but Cresswell picked up the ball and tagged Lindawood, and then Lindawood was out. And now a pickoff throw gets by the first baseman and will allow Nick Alder to take second. He's round in second, and a big turn and will stop there. So after all that craziness, runner on second, one out. Still 3-0. And the batter is Tyler Cowan. Runner at second takes third on the ground out. And so now 2 out, a runner 90 feet from home. And that will bring up Bryce Cleave. No swing on the appeal to the field umpire, so the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Bryce Cleave with Nick Alder at third. Called strike 3 to strand the runner. We head to the home half of the fourth inning. 3-0 Washington Southwest. You're watching the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest. Evan Williamson now on the mound for Washington Southwest. Excuse me, apologies. That is Austin Sheldon still on the mound. At the dish, Ryan Clay flies out to the left fielder, Jaden Matthews. And that's the first out of the fourth. That'll bring up Will Cresswell, the catcher for Washington Metro South. And that pitch missed low, moves the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. A fly out to left is the second out of the inning. And that will bring up Kyle Hennington. Fouled back, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 out and nobody on in the bottom of the fourth inning. Second baseman trying to stick with it, but Kyle Hennington able to leg out the infield hit. So a runner on first for Drake Anderson. Ball gets by the catcher, and that will allow Hennington to take second base. And with that strikeout, the side is retired. A runner left stranded at second base. To the top of the fifth we go. Washington Southwest with a 3-0 lead. You're watching the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest. Aiden Herrick is at the dish for Washington Southwest and looks at a strike. And that ball will squeak into the outfield. Leadoff man aboard for Washington Southwest. That will go down as an error. Charged to Jacob Yang. Jaden Matthews is at the dish now for Washington Southwest. That one gets down to the warning track in left field. A stand-up double for Jaden Matthews puts runners on second and third with nobody out. Opportunity to tack on some more runs for Nick Miller. Miller gets hit by the pitch, and that will load the bases up for Riley McCarthy. McCarthy has been the DH so far today, and at the conclusion of this top half of the fifth, will take over behind home plate as the catcher, giving Michael Snyder a breather. Aiden Herrick is at third, reached on an error. Jaden Matthews, the double to left field, is at second. Nick Miller, hit by a pitch, is at first. That's ball four and going to walk in a run. Carousel goes around. Aiden Herrick comes home. Jaden Matthews to third. Nick Miller to second. Riley McCarthy the RBI walk. And it looks like Ryan Klazen's day may be done. We're going to step away for a quick break. You're watching the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest. Klassen will stay in, induces a fly ball out. Runners hold. And that's the first out of the top of the fifth, an important one for Klassen. It was Mac McLean who just flew out and will bring up Michael Snyder. Snyder caught the first 4 innings of this game and now will settle into a DH role for the final couple innings. Fouls the first one off. Jaden Matthews, who doubled, is at third. Nick Miller is at second. Riley McCarthy is at first. Michael Snyder watches a strike 2. A hesitation on the turn, but it is a 6-4-3 double play to get out of the inning with just 1 run scored. Bases loaded, nobody out. 3 are left stranded. To the home half of the fifth we go, 4-0 Washington Southwest. You're watching the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest. Welcome back to Harry and David Field, the home of the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest. Home half of the fifth inning, Washington Southwest with a 4-0 lead. Jacob Yang at the plate and takes ball 1. Some defensive changes for Washington Southwest. Riley McCarthy is now catching. Tanner Vaughn is at first, and Mac McCain is at third. The throw gets by the first baseman, allowing Yang aboard. We'll see if that's ruled a hit or an error. And it is going to be an error charged to the third baseman, Mac McCain. So a runner on first for Alec Highland. Highland started the game as an extra hitter, now playing first base for Washington Metro South. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Pitch fouled back and out of play. Back pick to first. The ball just squeaks by the first baseman, Tanner Vaughn. Back safely is Jacob Yang. So a full count to Alec Highland. And there's the first out of the bottom of the fifth. A.J. Guerrero has been playing all over the outfield today for Washington Metro South. Started the game in right, moved over to left, and now playing center field. If you'd think Guerrero would be done moving around the outfield, you'd be wrong. He'll be playing right in the seventh. Jacob Yang reached on an error. He's still at first base. Line drive up the middle by Guerrero. Puts 2 on for Justin Stransky. Stransky started the day as the designated hitter and has now taken over catching duties for Washington Metro, relieving Will Crenswell. Austin Sheldon still on the mound for Washington Southwest. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. Second out of the inning comes via the strikeout. And that'll bring up Kamana Nahaku. Jacob Yang at second, reached on an error. A.J. Guerrero at first. A line drive up the middle. And now Nahaku ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. And a 4-pitch walk will load them up and bring up Ryan Contreras. Austin Sheldon going to have a talk with his head coach, Dan Spencer. We're going to step away for a quick break. You're watching the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest. A foul ball off the bat of Ryan Contreras with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jacob Yang at third. He reached on an error. A.J. Guerrero singled. Kamana Nahaku at first. He walked. Driven well to center, but right at Nick Alder to retire the side. Washington Metro South leaves the bases loaded. We head to the top of the 6th inning, 4-0 Washington Southwest. You're watching the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest. Welcome back to Harry and David Field, the home of the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest. Some more changes defensively for Washington Metro South. On the mound is Evan Williamson, right-hander from Kent Lake, Washington. At third base is Ryan Contreras. At shortstop, Ryan Clay. At second, Drake Anderson. And at first, Eric Highland. Kyle Hennington in left, A.J. Guerrero in center, and Kamana Nahaku is in right for Metro Southwest to start this top of the 6th inning. Tanner Vaughn, who started the day as a designated hitter, now playing first base for Washington Southwest, will climb into the box. It'll be Snyder, then it'll be Tanner Vaughn, then Tyson Lindawood, and then Nick Alder. Tanner Vaughn with the leadoff single puts a runner aboard for Tyson Lindawood. Evan Williamson on the mound for Washington Metro South and delivers a first pitch strike. Called strike three. And there's the first out of the top of the sixth. And that will bring up the top of the order in Nick Alder. A leadoff single by Tanner Vaughn. He's at first. That pitch slicing foul and out of play. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nick Alder. Alder patrolling center field for Washington Southwest all game long. Tanner Vaughn at first. Evan Williamson on the mound for Washington Metro South. Another pitch fouled off by Alder. Count remains 2-2. Runner takes off. And the pitch grounded foul once again. As Tanner Vaughn looked like he had a pretty good jump. And with that strikeout, now 2 down in the top of the 6th. And that will bring up Tyler Cowan. Tanner Vaughn, leadoff single, still at first. Vaughn will take off on the wild pitch and get in standing up at second. Can of corn to right field, and that will retire the side. Evan Williamson able to work around a leadoff single to the home half of the 6th. We go. Washington Southwest with a 4-0 lead. You're watching the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest. Bryce Cleve now on the mound for Washington Southwest. And at the dish for Washington Metro South is Evan Williamson. And a base hit by Williamson to get this bottom of the sixth underway. That'll bring up Ryan Clay, who started the game for Washington Metro South at shortstop, moved over to second base, took an inning off, and now back at shortstop. Lefty batter climbs in with a runner at first and nobody out. The runner takes off. Pitch is high, the throw is high. And a stolen base for Evan Williamson. Line drive, tracked down by Nick Alder. Taking third on the play is Evan Williamson. One out in the bottom of the sixth. And now Will Cresswell, who caught the first 4 innings of the game for Metro Southwest, now a DH. Will step in with an RBI opportunity. Williamson at third, led off the inning with a single, stole second base, and took third on a flyout. Ground ball to third, the only play is to first. An RBI ground out for Will Cresswell, scores Evan Williamson. And the score is now 5-0 Washington Southwest. That will bring up Kyle Hennington. Ground ball up in the middle that sneaks through for Kyle Hennington. A 2-out base runner for Washington Metro South, and that will bring up Drake Anderson. Anderson started the game as an extra hitter. Took over at shortstop in the 3rd and 4th innings. Played second base for the 5th and 6th, and will be an extra hitter in the 7th inning should he get a chance to hit.
Most likely going to be a 7 because they're still technically they haven't been on a bad pace. They just started, this one would start on time.
And back-to-back strikes delivered by Bryce Cleve. Drake Anderson able to go the other way with it. And will take second base on the throw to third. Well, Kyle Hennington read that pitch well. Read the hit well, I should say. Went first to third on it, and the throw came to third base, so Drake Anderson, happy to oblige, takes an extra 90 feet. Now Jacob Yang with 2 in scoring position and 2 out in the bottom of the 6th. Couple of 2-out hits has given Jacob Yang an opportunity here. Kyle Hennington at third, Drake Anderson at second. Full count to Jacob Yang. And there's a practice ball that's made its way out into center field, so we'll take a quick pause here. Bryce Cleve will climb back up onto the mound. And here we go. And so with that walk, the bases are now loaded, and that will bring up Alec Highland. As Justin Stransky, Riley McCarthy, the catcher, for Washington Southwest. Quick check on his pitcher. All this traffic coming with 2 outs for Washington Metro South. Alec Highland looks at a fastball for strike 1. Kyle Henningsen at third. He singled. Drake Anderson at second. He singled. Jacob Yang at first. He walked. Clev comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Slicing foul and out of play. The crowd starting to get antsy here. You can feel the tension. Hennington at third, Anderson at second, Yang at first, Alec Highland at the dish. Bryce Clev will go into his windup. Here's the 2-2. Drop third strike. The catcher, Riley McCarthy, steps on home plate. And Washington Metro South leaves the bases loaded. To the 7th we go. 5-0 Washington Southwest. You're watching the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest.
Don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 40 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland and Medford, and now Bill's Glass in Grants Pass.
At My Circle K, we believe in keeping the integrity of your vehicle's paint. That's why you save 10 cents a gallon when you purchase a car wash. As rain falls, it collects pollutants and contaminants from the air. You want to do anything you can to protect your investments. At My Circle K, you can protect your paint and save at the pump. Now with every car wash purchase, you'll save 10 cents a gallon at the pumps. Find them, follow them, kick back with them. MyCircleK.com.
Well, welcome back to the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest. Top of the 7th inning. On the mound for Washington Metro South is Evan Williamson. And at the dish is the man who just pitched out of a bases-loaded jam, Bryce Clev. The defensive alignment for Metro Southwest in this 7th and final inning. Kamana Nahaku is back in left, Kyle Hennington back in center, A.J. Guerrero back in right. And that pitch fouled off. Ryan Contreras is at third, Ryan Clay is at short, Jacob Yang is at second, and Alec Highland is at first. Catching, Evan Williamson is Justin Stransky. On the appeal, he went around. And so Bryce Clev, victim of the strikeout. One away in the top of the 7th. And that will bring up the top of the order. No, excuse me, I'll bring up Aiden Herrick. Herrick started the game at third base and then was relieved of defensive duties in the 5th. And that will be a walk issued to Aiden Herrick. So he's aboard for the second time today. And that will bring up Jaden Matthews. Pickoff throw to first. Herrick back safely. Pitch up and in, and it hits Matthews. So a walk and a hit batter will put two on with only one out and bring up Nick Miller. Nick Miller manning the shortstop position all game long for Washington Southwest. It's a fair ball down the first base line. Alec Highland for Washington Metro South steps on the bag. The runners advance. And 2 out now for Riley McCarthy. Aiden Herrick walked. Jaden Matthews got hit by a pitch. They're at third and second, respectively. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs to Riley McCarthy. And the third baseman, Ryan Contreras, fields the ground ball, applies the tag, and that will retire the side. Washington Southwest strands a couple. To the bottom of the 7th we go. 5-0 Washington Southwest. You're watching the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest.
I was talking to Bill.
Yeah,
Bill and Sherry got a guy.
they do? How did they get a guy?
Everything happened online, including financing. And their guy even delivered their new car to their home.
Maybe we should get a guy.
I thought you might say that. Honey, meet Kyle.
Find your guy during the Ram Power Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and on lithiasuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
Introducing Unlimited with Payback, only from U.S. Cellular. The only unlimited plan that pays you back for data you don't use. So, quit flushing money down the toilet with Verizon. Get Unlimited with Payback, and you can save up to $240 per year on a single line versus Verizon.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local U.S. Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point off Plaza Boulevard.
Yep.
Is it only 4-1? I thought they scored 5. Discussion up here in the press box as to whether or not the runner at third, Aiden Herrick, who touched home plate before the runner at second, Jaden Matthews, was tagged out, whether or not that run scores with only runners at second and third. We'll let you at home decide. We'll call the score 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Washington Metro South. Bryce Klebb still on the mound for Washington Southwest, at the dish for Washington Metro South. Taking a pitch up and in is A.J. Guerrero. Ahead 3-0 now. And a 4-pitch walk to start this bottom of the 7th inning. So that'll bring up Justin Stransky. Pop flying to shallow left field. And the shortstop, Nick Miller, under it to make the grab. One on, one out for Kamana Nahaku.
They didn't throw it to first, correct? Correct. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, Rutledge didn't signal. They pointed to the plate, how to run. But we're sitting up here debating it. We're not sure. Yeah, we aren't sure. So, anyways, yes. Yeah,
And pitch gets by the catcher, and A.J. Guerrero will take second base on the wild pitch. And a 4-pitch walk issued to Nahaku. Second 4-pitch walk of the inning, issued by Bryce Clev. And that will bring up Ryan Contreras. And that's going to get down in right center field. It's a 2-run double for Ryan Contreras. And Washington Metro South has closed this deficit to 2. The lineup turns over for Metro South. Evan Williamson started the day at second. Took a couple innings off defensively. Played shortstop in the 5th. And back in the dugout defensively for the 6th and 7th. The runner will advance to third base on the ground ball to second. And 2 down now for Ryan Clay. Bryce Clev on the mound trying to put this game in the books. Ryan Clay standing between him and a victory for Washington Southwest. And there is strike 3 called. And the ball game. Washington Southwest defeats Washington Metro South 5-3. And that is your final. Thank you all so much for joining us here on TableRockSports.net. Going to be continuing to bring you coverage of the 22nd Annual Northwest Championships presented by Baseball Northwest. All game and all Labor Day weekend long. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll catch you on the next broadcast.
Get back on